I figured she was gonna calve after looking at her yesterday. She was all bagged up. What are you doing, 101?
You are now watching the 2023 season of Farming with Duffy Ag.
I decided to get right after it. Did some weed whacking. Got everything cleaned up around all the poles, around the barn, around the fence line, around the raised beds. Yeah, little weed whack job this morning. I might see if I can borrow Wesley's mower. I gotta see how much time I got today and what goes on. But yeah, went down the fence line, cleaned it all the way up, went down to Mr. Bird's property, cleaned around a few trees there, and then came back up. We're cleaned. That has to get washed. Tires got to get put on it. Then that's gonna go in that barn there. So before I get to the good surprise, a lot of people have asked about this barn, and I've said a few times before, it's not worth anything. So you can see the whole wall is falling in. The best part of this whole facility is this future loading dock. So that's what I'm going to use it for. But the cows look good. Trimmed all the way up through. And then if we go over here, yeah, I went all the way down the line so that they can graze right up to it. If we go here, where is it? I don't know. So the two tile lines actually are running. At some point we gotta get this cleaned up, but the cows being out here is a big part of getting it cleaned up. So they're running, which means there's excess water in the soil, which would make sense after the rain we've had. And then we got something down here. I want to see if I can get close. Oh, they're moving. I gotta get a number, and if it's a boy or a girl, because we got a fourth calf on the ground. Healthy, looking good. Here's 113 with, or 133 with that Angus cross. Look at that, fresh life. It's rewarding. You're okay, Mama. I'm just trying to see if it's a boy or girl. Looks like a girl. I figured she was gonna calve after looking at her yesterday. She was all bagged up. What are you doing, 101? Yeah, they're grazing this pretty nicely. There's two things of placenta, which makes me, I think she just cleaned completely. So she's all cleaned out, looking good. Yeah, there's the weeds that they're not going to eat, and people have said, oh, get some goats, this and that. I'm not getting goats. They all think they're on the move because I came in to see them. You guys aren't changing pastures. There's still feed out here. Honestly, you probably have 2 more days, but we're going to kick you over to the next pasture sooner than later. But they cleaned this up. Like, I don't even know what this blue stuff is. It was here in the pile that we dug up. We got to clean up all that at some point. That is on our list. Well, now that we did a little bit of yard maintenance, and let me put some of this stuff away. We beat some of the humidity. It's gonna get hot today. They say it's gonna rain like another ½ inch. Who knows? So I got some caulking. Oh, I forgot I got these yesterday. Dang. Oh, we know what we're having for lunch. So I did get some stuff to work on that. And we're gonna throw the front cover on. Right now it's just sitting on there. I got washers and everything else. So we'll take it off we'll brake clean it, get it all cleaned up and nice and good. That way it doesn't leak as much. So it will still leak a little bit out of some spots, but that's the nature of them running. Got it all cleaned up. Got that cleaned up. Put a little bit of caulking on it. I got to talking with somebody yesterday when I was in there, and I forget who. And I never even grabbed any washers, so they're just getting nuts on them. I don't think I got any washers kicking around. Which will be fine. Goes back to usage. Okay, all of them except for this one was stripped, which is fine. That is tight, way better than it was before. Hopefully it keeps the oil in for a while, and we'll go ahead and get this unhooked. We'll have to get PTO shaft and then cut the ends off, or oh no, these are pinned, aren't they? Oh, that one's got a pin through it. I wonder if this one does. And then you cut them to the size and make it all good. That way it doesn't wobble, because as Travis Kubiak said, if that's the case, it can take out your front shaft there and then it will be bad. But I'm gonna get this pulled out back. We're gonna drop the spreader, and thinking about trying to narrow these wheels up is what I'll probably do. And there is somebody pulling in the driveway right now with a gooseneck. So we'll see what comes of that in a different video, but let me finish this up and go from there. Well, let's get this parked away then. We're just gonna unhook the manure spreader, and then I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to move these wheels in. Wow, you guys are dirty. Is that better? So, why did I get a manure spreader? Well, we got this pile of rotten feed. It's slowly shrinking. It does have some rocks in it. We still have to clean out the corn silage one. And then we're gonna have some manure throughout the year. It just makes sense that if we can stockpile it, and we have a ton of rotten bales around that we should probably put together and let break down. And then spread it on the hay ground or spread it on the corn ground prior to spring. Makes sense. And for what we paid, well, what she paid on this, it's a no-brainer. So I'm gonna actually tuck it underneath and keep it out of the weather, just because I got that space there. But come second cutting, the plan is to put all the big square bales in there. I don't know how many I'm gonna have, but they should all fit in there. If they don't, that's a good problem to have. My goal in life is to have everything able to be put under cover. It just keeps equipment so much nicer, cleaner. I guess I could have gone back a little further. So we do have to do some organizing. I think we're going to use the pallets to put down, and then we'll put the big bales on top of them. And all of this stuff can go places. I just was by myself unloading trailers, throwing stuff in here. So the motors, transmission. I'm going to go back a little further. That way the tongue is out of the way, because, well, as we see, now that it started raining pretty nicely, the pasture ground is back to being growing. So they came off that 2 days ago. I really wish I could get out and rotary mow it. A lot of people have said you got to spray your fence lines. Yes, I do. I got that sprayer a few videos back, the backpack sprayer, so I could go around and spray them and keep them clean like that. Same with like the thistles that's out there. But we really got to clip some of the other weeds to get our pasture management going. Like out there and stuff like that. But the cows did a great job. Granted, they got onto it when it was really heavy, so they do pack some of it down, but that will grow back up. As we see, this is the result of good grazing. picking my priorities of what I need to do. We should shut that gate just in case. So here's the rundown of what's going on. We have to pick something up in Ohio that it's a piece of the puzzle. So we got to go pick that up in Ohio, and at the same time there's some action going on in Ohio that we literally drive right by. I'm not going to tell you more than that, but this trailer is going to go to Ohio with us. But we also have to drop Yanko off because well, where we're going for the extra action, it would be less than ideal for Yanko to join along with, so he's going to go up to my girlfriend's. So I wanted to widen the tires out, everything else like that. Jono is actually touring at King's where we haul manure at, and he was like, hey, you want to come pick me up? And I said, I'll come get you in a little bit, and then we'll go up. So, and we'll drop Yanko off, and then we'll head towards Ohio for probably 3 days by the time we get 3-4 days by the time we get done going through everything. But I'm very excited for what we're picking up. Like, pieces are coming together. I wish I could go out and spray corn right now, but honestly couldn't do it with the rain anyways. And some of the corn isn't ready, but it is jumping, so we might take a ride up back, just show you where the corn is actually at. And I'm curious. At the same point, I can see out there, like, we got some grass pressure, but nothing too crazy. So once we hit it with spray, it'll all catch up. We might have to put some more nitrogen down just because well, some spots didn't get any nitrogen to begin with. The phosphorus and potassium levels were in a good location, good level. Thought I heard somebody mowing, but I think it's just a lawnmower. Maybe. But alrighty, close this gate up. We're gonna pull the pickup in because that needs an oil change. We'll quickly run through that for an oil change, and then from there we'll see how much further. Then maybe we can pull the tractor and mess with the tractor, depending on time-wise. Fresh oil change, topped off all the fluids. It is dirty. We'll give it a little bit of bath, let it sit. Probably bring the 4640 in here, and maybe another thing. Yeah, got it all cleaned out, ready to rock and roll for a couple miles. Okay, before we put the 4640 in the shop, I figured I'd run up top here. Park this right in the way, but the grass is looking killer. Our second might be like a week. We got to spray and then we'll go into second. That would be my plan. Looks absolutely awesome out there. Very excited. And second, like I've said, we're gonna just bale it all. So we got some heavy feed up on the top over there that we picked up that never got cut. It's still first, so late quality, but kind of timing it out, especially with the rain. But look at that. So here we are, and the corn is jumping. So we got some grass that we got to fight in this, which that's sod ground is, well, it's all grass. Like, we're not fighting other weeds. Like, all of it is sod, except for on the some of the rented ground, that was corn on corn. So we might have some weed control we got to do, but killing grass is pretty easy. Killing some of the weeds that are out there in the world, that might get a little more challenging, as a farmer would know. But yeah, this has all come up consistently now. On camera it looks probably looks a little more green. We do got to get a rotary mower so we can mow our pathways in and out. But this corn with this heat, once we get it sprayed, we'll probably come in top dress. All that hillside looks really, really good. All the seeds come up now, which made me really nervous at the beginning. I didn't even open the door all the way. Okay, so when we get back from some adventures, these wheels are gonna go in a little bit. Hopefully they don't fight us too much. We've had battles before in the past. Not with this, but I just realized there's no clip on that. So wheels are gonna go in, and then we got the GPS that can actually go in here to help us spraying. So, alrighty. Appreciate you guys watching along, liking, subscribing, being part of the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.